There's not a lot of big news this week, but we have decided on an official name. Welcome to PocketChange Podcast. Yeah, I'll have this up tomorrow. That's gonna be a promise.
Can we all look at it like this?
Today is Friday, January 23rd, 2015. Welcome to PocketChange Podcast. That feels really good to say, doesn't it?
Right.
It actually feels good to have a name.
Yeah,
PcP.
or not
PcP.
Untitled Podcast number 3.
Well, it would have been Untitled Podcast number 3. That would have been ridiculous.
But now it's titled Podcast number 1.
We should have shirts that say
There you go.
PcP.
Make sure it's to say PCP
Yeah.
and sell them to who?
Everyone that listens, you are loyal fans out there, all 2 of you.
I keep saying
Hi,
this.
Deb.
I keep saying this. Yeah, she doesn't even watch it.
Hi, Deb.
You're saying hi to nobody right now, but we got some little news
Dan
stories
Wallace
this
watches
week.
this shit.
Dan Wallace?
I don't know. He follows us on Twitter.
Oh.
He doesn't watch it.
Yeah, I think he was just being nice.
I think he just blindly followed us.
No,
He probably
no.
doesn't even know what it is, honestly.
What's up with that shit?
All right, well, this is something we forget to do every week. My name is Brandon, but pretty much it knows me as Matt, so I'm going to call myself Matt. Whatever. I'm Matt.
My name's Carl.
Karl Marx,
Karl Marx.
father of modern communism.
You're welcome.
Comrade. I'm Ken.
Ken Block, world famous rally driver, right there.
Kenny Powers, I like drugs.
Kenny Powers, yeah, there you go. And any Ken you want him to be, he is. And I'm Dan.
I'm sorry.
We got to get through the name thing a little quicker next time, don't
Someday we'll be good at this.
So, today is not that day. We are joined by a special guest who's hidden in the background today.
Let's play What's in the Background. It's
There's Zach.
a wild
Great
black
to see
man's
you.
appeared.
All the black people in the back.
And by special guest, I mean he probably won't be talking much, right?
Probably not.
Keep it silent.
If you interject, make sure to do it loudly. The microphone's all the way up there.
Oh, I definitely will.
All right, no, just keep it quiet. All right. All right, so
Is that a black joke?
this is a train wreck already, honestly.
No, this is pretty good. This is dialogue and having fun. Yeah.
We were good last week, and now we're going back down.
And Ken wasn't here last week,
There
so
might be a correlation with that.
put your Kenny.
So next week will be good, and then the week after that will be bad. Is
I
that
won't
how
be
it's
here
gonna
next week.
Dan won't be here next
No,
week.
I
You
will
heard
be
it.
here next week. I won't be here the week after.
He's going
Alright,
to
I'm going to
Haiti.
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 Saving the
Haiti.
world. One
Alright.
black man at a time.
All right, well, that's good.
So
Well,
that was the first one.
Kristen Stewart. Speaking of saving the world, thank you, Ken, for jumping right into that. Kristen Stewart wants to be involved in
saving
a Marvel
the crappy world and ruining
movie.
the Marvel
You know what I have to
universe.
say to that?
Particularly
No.
Captain America Civil War.
Marvel movie.
Please, for the love of God, do not ruin Captain America.
What?
I heard she's replacing
I don't know what to do.
Scarlett Johansson.
I just did Kristen Stewart there.
Nah, she ain't taking
Okay,
JJ's
okay,
place.
okay.
Who's
not-
place?
She's not taking JJ's
I was
place.
kidding.
That'd be awful.
Not JJ.
JoJo?
Scarlet.
Scarlett
Scarjo.
Johansson.
Scarlett, no, she's not taking her
No,
place.
I was
No one
If
is
she
taking
ever
her
thought
place.
about taking her place, who could she play, honestly?
Someone
If
who
she
doesn't
wanted to be
smile.
Civil War?
If she wanted to be in Civil War, who could she play?
The
Someone
dead
who's
body.
I read the Civil
The
War.
dead
Yeah,
body.
she did
Yeah,
Untitled Body number
yeah.
3. That's the extent of her personality.
Untitled Body number 3.
Yeah, just sitting there making that same stupid face she's made in every movie.
And then Cap just steps on her face and blood squirts out.
Oh, that would be
She-
awesome.
she
Except, you know,
explodes.
Captain America's a hero. I guess, yeah, that still applies.
But it's Kristen Stewart. I mean, you think he would do that?
He's a hero.
I honestly couldn't picture her being in a Marvel movie. She's just too boring.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
has no
She's so
personality
boring.
for acting. She
I love you, Edward.
tries really hard, I guess, but
Granted,
Yeah,
granted, the
Marvel.
actors of Twilight
Marvel.
weren't all that
Twilight.
crazy about Twilight to begin with.
yeah, all of them kind of hate
Oh,
Twilight.
They kind of did it just for money. if you
But
think
now
about
they
it.
rich.
Yeah, it worked.
I'm
It's
rich,
officially accomplished.
bitch.
But speaking of another Marvel property that's not owned by Marvel itself, X-Men Apocalypse. We got some details by Oscar Isaac, who is set to play Apocalypse in the film, about what his costume will be like.
Didn't they already show it?
No, they didn't.
They
that
briefly
was
hinted at it.
they showed it kind of at the end of Days of Future Past, but it was
And
just
they've
it was
never
him as a
changed
kid.
anything.
It was
Yeah,
him as a
kid,
kid.
kid.
Yeah. So he said that it's going to be a mix of practical and CGI. He said that it's going to be practical makeup and everything, but with a mix of like
Right.
CGI robot.
To play
parts on his
Apocalypse,
arm.
you'll have to add some stuff in.
Which makes sense. I mean, the less CGI. I don't know about you guys. The less CGI, the better. I
don't like
don't
CGI.
really like CGI. What'd you say?
I don't like CGI.
Yeah,
CG.
I mean,
honestly, if
depends
it's
on how well it's
overdone,
done.
it ruins movies. If there's just the minimal amount to get by, then it will add so much depth to your movie, and that's what I like. Like, obviously, you can't always be on set on set wherever you need to be filming at.
True. I mean,
You're gonna have to have some green
Space.
screen.
but in terms of Apocalypse, I mean, his character design isn't too complicated,
No,
is
not-
it? I mean, they just throw some blue makeup on him, blue lips on him, and
Yeah.
then give him a robot arm, right?
Yeah.
He should be fine. But yeah, so that's about it. This is what do we got? I need glasses, honestly. I can't
Up
even
next
see the
we
next.
got,
Batman. All right,
Batman.
Batman. We got some Batman news.
Good moms.
Kit Harington from Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
as
Jon
you guys
Snow.
know, Jon Snow, says that he's
Jon
interested in
Snow.
playing the Dark Knight in a future installment on
Jon
TV
Snow.
or a movie or whatever.
I
What would
mean-
you think of him actually being Batman?
At being
They'd
Batman?
have to do a lot to his appearance because so far in film he's only had the long hair and the beard, and that
Yeah,
doesn't
the
fit
little
Bruce Wayne at
stash.
all.
Yeah.
Wait.
But-
Where's he Batman?
He says he's interested in playing Batman.
Wait,
Who
what
isn't?
Ben Affleck?
Oh,
Just in any
film,
in-
TV.
in
he's
anything.
only
at all.
In anything.
he's
Oh,
only
so
20 years
like-
old.
Yeah, they
He
do
wants
always
to
say
play
with Batman.
Batman.
He wants to play
So
Batman.
like in Arrow.
I
This
think
is like-
I think he has the chops to pull
This
it
is
off.
like
I think he could.
this
do
is
it.
like nothing news. I mean, it's just an actor saying that they want to do this, but I'm bringing up the fact of what would it be like if he actually could be Batman. Well, how would that be?
I think he'd be more combat involved Batman, less
He's a crow.
like dialogue and.
See,
flashy,
I'm not
hiding in the
fully
background.
caught up on Game of Thrones, so I don't know like how badass he
He's
could be.
badass.
I mean,
Really?
he's
He is?
pretty badass.
His character, I've read the books. His character turns into a complete badass. I'm
Okay.
excited to see what's coming with that. But
All right, yeah. So I mean,
You
if
know
you guys,
nothing.
I don't.
You know
I
nothing.
know nothing. Jon Snow. That's
You know
right.
Jon
But speaking of Batman, there's also talks about Batman appearing in Suicide Squad in 2016,
Kit
which
Harington.
takes place, which comes after Batman vs Superman.
Okay.
Affleck.
Which I guess could make sense, right? If he appeared in Suicide Squad, if they're gonna have the Joker, they might throw, and it's all Batman's villains, right? So
I mean, yeah, Suicide Squad.
So, I
it's
mean-
just DC villains in general. But
that could make sense. But another idea that came up in an interview with Jared Leto, they said that you remind me a lot of Batman, and then he just calmly said Batman is dead, and everybody's speculating.
I think Jared Leto's just trolling.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah, that's
I
all
think
he's
he's
doing.
just acting the part of Joe, like getting into that mindset.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people online that are speculating that he just accidentally teased the fact that Batman might be dead in Suicide Squad's timeline, which takes place after Batman vs Superman. So could Superman kill Batman in this
They
twist?
want it. They want it.
No.
You don't think they would?
Batman.
I don't think they can.
Batman-
Batman
yeah,
is the draw for every DC movie out there right now.
I mean,
Man of Steel flopped compared to the Batman trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
so
but what if they
excited
really shook it up and just like killed off Batman right away?
No.
I mean,
Well, they need a
that would be
Robin.
depending on how
crazy.
Ben Affleck does, I might enjoy that they kill him off.
Well, yeah, if he's doing a
They
pretty
need a
shitty job,
Nightwing
you
to
might want to get
replace
rid of
him
him.
or something.
A Nightwing?
If they had
Justice
Nightwing
League?
replace him, they could definitely do it because Nightwing is so much more badass than Batman, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I thought they were going toward Nightwing at the end of The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, you mean with that
honestly.
stupid Robin twist?
Yeah, I thought that's what they were going for.
They need a
I mean,
Robin.
whatever.
Can I
But,
get my
uh,
luggage? Here you go, Mr. Robin.
Here you go, Robin. You should keep that name. It looks
You
nice.
should go by your full name.
Also,
Dick Grayson.
in the news of Suicide Squad is
Squad.
is
Squad.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Squad.
Jake Gyllenhaal turned down the role to play Rick Flag. That's about
What?
it. Jake Gyllenhaal turned down the role to play Rick Flag.
That's okay.
That's.
It's,
I mean,
it's
I'm kind of
okay,
bummed.
but they need to find someone
Dude,
else
I'm
with
not
his
gonna
acting
see what's
chops.
going on.
I'm
soon.
kind of bummed
Poke
about
it.
that.
Poke it.
Hey, yeah, Dan, can you get the notes real quick?
Yeah, smack
next
the
was
computer.
Supergirl. If you wanted to.
Just do that.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so Jake Gyllenhaal is out. We got a casting rumor or confirmation, I'm not entirely sure, of Supergirl that's supposed to be premiering on CBS, which is also behind the people that
Not the
did
CW.
Arrow and The
It's the same
Flash.
director.
It's the same producers,
Producer.
but it's not going to be on the same network, which is kind of
He's
confusing.
probably just couldn't get the rights to
Um,
all of those superheroes.
But
Yeah,
Melissa Benoist? Is that-
Benoit.
Benoit,
I don't
if
know.
you wouldn't do it like that. Melissa Benoist, who most notably from, a lot of people will know her from Glee, but I
Yep.
know her from Whiplash, which
Wait, which
she
one
played.
is
She is in
What?
Whiplash. I don't know if
Well,
you've
if
ever
you-
seen
What does
Whiplash.
she look like?
she's a cutie. That's all I
She
know.
might be in Sons of Anarchy.
She might be in Sons of Anarchy.
Why, 'cause
I'm
she's
not
cute?
entirely
No,
sure.
because there's a girl from Glee who's in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, people from Glee go and do shows and movies all over the place now.
I
That
hate
Ba- she,
Alright.
she's a decent actor and
Alright.
she's a cutie, so I think that she could pull off being Supergirl.
Okay.
That's fine. I mean, Supergirl is supposed to be like extremely attractive, so
Oh, yeah, that's any hero.
well,
Only
now,
attractive
now,
people
yeah.
can save people's lives.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense otherwise. Moving away from superhero movies, we got
Into Aquaman?
Oh wait, yeah, this is a superhero movie. Moving on with DC stuff, I should say. We got a rumored director for Aquaman. I can't pronounce his name. Maro.
Murrow.
This is a
No,
dream.
Murray.
Murrow.
Not
okay.
him.
Thank you. We're all trying.
What did he
Murrow.
direct instead of just trying to pronounce his name?
He directed 300 Rise of an Empire.
Okay.
Which kind of would make sense with the Zack
You guys should watch
Snyder.
this movie. You guys should watch this movie. You
What?
guys should watch this.
Inside jokes aren't funny to other people,
I'm sorry.
Clark.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand. But
That's all you need to know is
it would make sense with the whole Zack Snyder directing Justice League because Zack Snyder did the first 300 movie, and he was an executive producer on the second one. So it's kind of that.
That's a director he trusts to pass it on.
It would be that kind of artsy style that
Yeah.
he did with Man of Steel, kind of
Artsy-fartsy.
bright and dark at the same time. So yeah, that's all we got with Aquaman. I'd be okay with that. I mean, if it's gonna
Khal Drogo.
Who
if
is
you-
Aquaman?
Khal Drogo.
Did you say that?
Khal Drogo.
Khal
Yeah.
Drogo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Game of Thrones.
Is he gonna have the goatee one?
I hope
I
so.
know.
The
I
full
doubt it.
version
It doesn't
something.
really kind of fit Aquaman's.
No, I
look.
mean, like-
he's gonna be
like,
blonde.
they said he's
Yeah,
supposed to be-
blonde, long hair one, or is he gonna be short haired one?
They said
I'm
he's supposed to
supposed
be
New 52.
a rough and gruff Aquaman. That's what they said.
He's a badass. That's what.
Is he the one with the hook? Or like the harpoon as an arm?
No.
We don't know yet.
He has like a hook arm?
We haven't really got any details on that. Just
'Cause,
basically, we're just looking at the
talk
directors
about-
right now. They haven't even started like filming or
Yeah.
anything.
I mean,
I
Aquaman's
don't
gonna be
know.
in Batman vs.
God, I don't even know if they finished writing. God, who knows? But that's all we got for Aquaman. Now, are we moving away from superhero movies? I can't see.
I think
that.
so. I
It's
think
gonna help me
we should talk about that one sequel that's coming out.
out. The one sequel.
Yeah,
coming out?
the one sequel out of all this.
The not Snow White and the Huntsman 2, but it's called The Huntsman.
Oh yeah, the Huntsman.
I don't know if you guys saw Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you
Nope.
think of it? It was different.
It was different.
It was. It wasn't great. It
no.
wasn't terrible, but it was different.
Chris Hemsworth played a solid part as the Huntsman.
Yeah, I mean, he will be returning for the Huntsman
That's
sequel. But they're also looking at Emily Blunt to be the lead protagonist in Emily Blunt to be the lead protagonist in The Huntsman, which okay, I think she's a great actor. She's been or actress, I should say. She's been doing
Gender
the top notch
neutral.
judge. What?
Nothing. Actor's gender neutral, doesn't matter, but.
Well, okay, yeah, but she was in Looper and she was in Edge of Tomorrow most recently.
Yeah,
And she's
and
pretty
she
badass.
was badass.
And she
and
was so
everything.
badass. So if they're
Stare
going
this
more
way.
toward that direction that they did with Kristen Stewart in the first one, then
Oh, yeah.
replacing her in that
I
sense.
hope that she's just completely gone.
Oh, I think she will be. I think
Good.
they're going to completely.
The most
knock her out of the
beautiful
way.
person in the world. That's the one part I hated from that movie. Was Kristen Stewart played the most beautiful person in the world.
Yes, stone face. But Emily Blunt would actually be better at that because I think that she is gorgeous.
Mm.
So,
You heard it.
Thank you, Zach. And she just that scene of her getting off the floor in Edge of Tomorrow over and over and over again. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. We also have a potential director
You
stepping.
heard it here first, Dad.
we have a potential
No, she doesn't
director
watch this, so she's not gonna hear it.
stepping in place of Frank Darabont, who left most recently, and it is Cedric Nicholas Troyan? I can't see that. Troyan. He was the visual special effects artist on the first movie, not a director. He's a visual effects supervisor or
That
artist.
means it should look good.
I mean, it'll look good, but will it be directed well? That's kind of the question. I mean, look most recently
The
at
actor's
Wally
already-
Pfister's Transcendence. He did
it's
the
all in the writing.
cinematography for Nolan's films. So,
And Transcendence was
when you put someone who's good in one department into the head of another department, it's kind of
the head of every
messy.
department.
Well, yeah, the director's chair. I mean, that's kind of messy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all we got with that. Again, small news week. Very boring news pieces. World War Z 2 got some plot details revealed about it.
Wait, really?
No?
No.
Yeah,
You didn't see the first one?
Yes.
Oh, you did see the first one?
Yes.
You don't
That's
like
why
the
I'm
first
saying
one?
no.
You know,
And the first one was a good movie.
I thought it was a good movie.
Had-
I thought
if
it
it
was
was
alright.
titled something other than World War Z,
Yeah.
because they
Yes,
changed the
thank you.
zombie types, they changed the storyline, they
Yes,
changed
they
so
were
much
awesome,
about
but I
it.
like
was-
the zombies a lot.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was a very surprising movie, I'll say that, because
Yeah.
I went in
I mean,
with no
most
expectation.
Budget for any zombie movie
Right.
in history. and
I went in
should
with
be.
no expectation, and I was pleasantly surprised
favorite
with the
part's
story
the
that it
plane.
gave.
I thought it
They're all
was like
flying.
I thought it was alright.
Well,
That was
if
alright.
either you loved it or hate it, you can just ignore the first one, because apparently the second one is supposed to be
Completely
completely
100% different.
yeah, scrapping the first story and redesigning it and just doing completely different, like a different story. I would assume
Is it for
different
like,
people going on
the
at the same
battle?
time.
Like the war? The
Yeah.
actual war?
You know what they actually might be working toward is an anthology series where every movie pertaining to a different like
Part of
set
the
of
world.
characters,
Yeah.
but they all tie
Oh.
in together toward the end.
Okay.
That would be kind of
That'd be
interesting.
like
I'd be
the
kind
book
of
of
down
war.
with
I
that.
mean, they don't do that very often at all. So.
No, they don't. But that would be
Something
kind of
different.
cool. What bothers me is the end of World War Z kind of left it open for a sequel with those characters, with
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's family. So I find it odd that they're just gonna completely scrap it and move on to something else. Speaking of sequels, Simon Pegg is up for, or he will be writing Star Trek 3.
Woo!
Which I know you're very excited about.
Wait, what?
It was originally scheduled to come out next year because it's J.J. Abrams is doing Star Wars.
Yeah,
so
but he can still do both,
No,
right?
he can't because it has to come out next year because it's the 50-year anniversary of Star Trek originally being created in '66.
Oh, we got
There's no time, not enough time.
No,
today.
instead we got Justin Lin directing.
Which-
We never talked about that. Who did Fast 5 and Fast 6.
Oh, great.
Which
Great.
Listen, the problems with those movies was not the
Yeah, it was
directing.
writing,
It
and
was the
acting.
writing.
It was acting.
The writing
No, the
and
acting's
acting.
Awesome.
I mean, I love those
yeah, it was
movies.
so
I will be a
awesome.
fan of
No,
Fast and Furious
yeah.
till I die, but
Dude, Fast and
They're
Furious 6 was
cheesy.
so good.
They are so cheesy. You gotta admit that the directing of those movies was
There's only
really
one
well
thing
done.
to
do.
The
Oh, yeah,
action
like
scenes
those.
were really, really
they're
cool.
beautiful.
And that's
Colors
really,
off planes.
I
It's
mean,
almost it's everything Michael Bay should make in a movie.
everything a Michael Bay movie should be.
Yeah.
So yeah, Simon Pegg, who plays who in the movie?
Scotty.
Scotty, are you?
I'm blanking on
Oh my God!
I know who he is, but I'm
Alright,
just blanking on the name.
alright,
Thank you.
alright.
Snotty.
Alright.
Beat me up,
alright.
Snotty.
Moving on.
Alright.
Moving on. We got Steve Jobs biopic. I don't know if you guys are.
Wait,
I thought they already
They
made it.
should
I thought
just
they already
kill
made a
him.
biopic.
With
Oh wait.
Danny Boyle directing and Michael Fassbender starring with Seth Rogen.
Wait, then what was the one with Ashton Kutcher?
That was another Steve
that
Jobs.
was just
Jobs
yeah,
biopic.
they're
Called
beating a dead
Jobs.
horse, literally.
Yeah, it's another one coming out.
I didn't
next
see
year,
that,
I believe.
but I heard it was
They
pretty
started-
Oh, if you didn't like the
Yeah, it
first
was
one,
good.
maybe you'll like his life the second time.
Well,
Maybe they'll
maybe-
portray him as the asshole he was instead of glorifying him.
good. Yeah.
the main news this week is that they're filming in the garage that Apple first started in, the original house, which Ashton Kutcher's Steve Jobs movie also filmed in, but the people apparently working around it said that this production is much, much, much bigger than the Ashton Kutcher one. It looks like they're actually taking their time
Which
to kind of
Jobs
perfect the
was-
story.
If you followed the
Um,
plot, Jobs was a well done movie. I just didn't like the whole premise of it, and I think they should quit making Steve
Yeah, I'm
Jobs
not
into
so
a god.
interested.
I honestly think
Steve
Michael
Jobs.
Fassbender's going to do a much better job than Ashton
Oh
Kutcher.
yeah, he's a much better actor.
Well, yeah, that too.
Is that the guy from...
That's the guy from X-Men.
Okay, yeah. That's
Can
what I
you
thought.
scroll down?
Of course I can. Hi, Mr. Camera. I'm right here.
They turned.
Oh, we went the wrong way.
Into some pseudo fucking
I'm not smart enough
to do
Scroll, push your fingers up, like toward it. So there you go.
demigod. Of
Yeah,
Is that good?
Okay.
Is that all the way?
That's good. That's good.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Camera.
Started a company.
He's a goddamn spiritual leader.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, he didn't start a company. He started a cult.
Last bit of news, which is
Word,
also biopic news. We got a potential person to portray Ronald Reagan in his biopic, David Henry, who is a Ronald Reagan.
That's
But
Richard Nixon.
but we got
Forgot Edward.
David Henry,
James
who's up
Owens.
to play Ronald Reagan in the biopic, who is most notable from Disney. So that's kind of a weird choice. He also
Hey.
played the son on How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
If you guys watch that show, what do you think about
Put
those?
little pictures in the corner right here while we're talking
You know-
about these people.
David Henry. He's gonna
Right
slide
here.
across the
I'll just-
screen.
You know, usually actors like that, they surprise you.
Like Disney Channel star
Yeah.
actors.
Or like anybody who would think like, oh, that person was on that.
I mean,
They're
yeah,
usually,
it's
like-
not who I would expect them to pick, so I
I'm
guess
trying to
that's
think
kind
of
of
an example, but I can't.
that's kind of a good thing. That's all right. I mean, maybe he'll surprise us. Maybe
How about
he'll
the-
be the example
talk about
of
that in a minute.
someone that will surprise us. But that's about all the movie news that we have this week.
You
Again,
forgot
short
Edward
episode.
James Olmos.
What about Edward James Olmos?
That's TV, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Which
seeing
we
on
are
there.
moving on to right now. So,
I'm looking at the notes and he's not on there.
Well, cool. Then talk about him. We don't have to just follow the paper, Ken.
Listen.
Quit breaking the fourth wall and talking about
Listen.
the computer that we're obviously not reading off of.
Listen. I'm just like. Alright, go ahead.
okay, we got some TV stuff. Ken, you want to start us off with Edward James Olmos? What about him?
No, it's awkward. But
If you don't know,
Edward James Olmos, he is actually set to
be
be
a
a part
Dama again.
of. I wish, but be a part of Marvel Agents of Shield.
Really?
He's going to be in that. I heard something about that.
And who are they thinking about him being playing? Who are
Well, if
they
it's Agents of
speculating?
Shield, it's just
just
it's
heard
all.
Well,
People
it looks
about
like they're
it.
stepping up their game now with Inhumans being
Yeah,
put into
like,
it. So
I'm
mean,
just my hopes is that he's going to be in a Marvel movie someday.
So do you think he's going to be an Inhuman? Do you think he's going to be
I
like
just
a
heard he
big
was gonna be in it,
character?
dude.
Just
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah, like I just
not announced yet.
yeah.
All right, well that's cool. We'll have that to look forward to with Agents of Shield, which I actually want to start catching up on. 'cause I hear
It's pretty
gonna
good.
be-
I only watched the first season because busy. But
I saw the second season finale. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I hear it toward the
I
end
can't
of the
even
second
imagine
season
how
it picks up.
they did a second season because just how the first one ended. But
First one.
I'm
I mean,
excited to see what
I
it
hear
is.
that toward the end of the mid-season finale of the second season, it starts to pick up pretty well. So that's something I'm going to catch up on. Heroes. I don't know. We talked about this a couple weeks ago or last week. Heroes Reborn, coming out I think on Hulu. What are you
There's
guys
a
thoughts?
war
What are you guys?
upstairs.
What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I only watched part of the first season because it kept on getting worse and worse the more I watched. Like I loved what I watched, and then I was just let down.
So do you think it's kind of pointless for them to
Can
bring
I
it back?
actually comment on this?
No, if
No.
they if they have a decent just jump on up. But
Yeah, what do you
if
wanna
they
say?
have a decent reboot and it's something that they do put their heart
I watched,
into,
I watched every single season of Heroes. They should just let it die.
I can
Okay,
agree
The
with
first,
that.
the first
honestly.
season, excellent TV show and everything. Second season, all right. By the time at the end of the second season, just drug it on. They,
At the end of what
He's
season?
gonna have
Second
massive
season. Second season. How many seasons were there?
Director
3. Okay.
I believe so. If I'm not.
That's what I thought. But Heroes Reborn, they have Zachary Levi.
Which I'm happy about.
okay, so it's a made-up character.
Zachary Levi is joining the cast of Heroes as a main character, which
Is he the guy who invented Levi jeans?
yes, he
Okay,
is.
cool.
He
You're
also
a rich dude.
Co-invented.
he was also a super spy while inventing those jeans, and he was testing them out on the battlefield.
Oh, sweet, awesome. Well,
Zachary Levi, who's
Heard it
most
here
notable as Chuck from the
Chuck.
show
Chuck, yeah, Chuck.
he'll be
Wait,
joining
can we,
Heroes
like, cue
Reborn.
in the theme song from Chuck whenever like that.
Dude, let's get the hot blonde chick on here.
Yvonne Stefani.
When are we
Yeah.
gonna have a celebrity guest join us?
What's her name?
There is a celebrity.
I'm
guest.
right
Oh,
here.
yeah, Peter Quill.
Yeah.
This is Clark.
I'm the same.
Hey,
No, his
guest.
what was his name? Stan.
Guest star.
Carl.
Carl.
This is Carl.
Oh, yeah, because that's what your dad calls you.
There
It's
you
actually
go.
Clark.
One more
He
bit
just-
of
Dad forgets his name.
one Carl.
Hey, Carl.
One more bit of TV stuff. We got some details on the Rush Hour TV series from
Great.
Bill Lawrence, who I guess is going to be running
Only
the
if
show.
Jackie Chan and Chris
they're
Tucker,
not, so,
then
yeah.
I don't give it.
Yeah, but it's
What
Bill
else did Bill
Lawrence,
Lawrence
who
do?
he did Scrubs and Cougar Town.
Oh, great, Cougar Town.
Hey, whoa!
Those shows are funny.
Don't you talk shit on Cougar Town.
I'm talking
No,
shit on Cougar
those
Town.
Have you
shows-
watched Cougar Town?
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. You
Yes,
just
I have.
lied. You thought about it, and you.
No,
wouldn't
I
have
have.
to
No,
think
I've
about
actually sat there and watched an episode because I was like,
An episode. That's not watching a show. If the first time I watched an episode of Scrubs, I loved it, but
Well, did you like Scrubs?
yeah, fuck.
Okay.
Who didn't like
Scrubs?
Scrubs?
Is Cougar Town is like Scrubs.
Black
It's the
Scrub.
same kind of humor.
yeah.
It's
just
so
cougars.
funny. So I trust him being behind Rush Hour. I think that's funny.
Cougars.
Jackie Chan
He's not gonna
is not going to be in
Cameo?
it. They said maybe, but they're looking at
They need to
some.
establish it first.
They said that the TV show boundaries of
Must get all
partial
the talismans,
But how
Jackie.
funny would
Of
it
a-
be if they had a cop drama with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker? Like they just worked
I
cases.
love it. That would
That
be
would be
awesome.
like the best show ever.
Chris Tucker the whole time.
They're looking at someone to take his kind kind of take place. I think they're supposed to be younger in this series. I think that was one of the details that came out, was that they're supposed to be younger, that they're looking for
They should get
a martial arts.
Harold and Kumar, the guy who played Sulu in Star Trek.
Oh yeah, there you go.
He'd be a good Jackie Chan.
Yeah, so
Because he's Asian.
So that'll be something to look forward
That
to.
weird?
That's all the TV stuff that we have. Clark,
real
video
quick,
game guy.
something
Oh,
that we're
okay.
going off the script real quick.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about Better Call Saul coming out next month?
Pretty good.
I'm really excited.
I cannot wait.
I'm honestly staying away from all the trailers for it because I want to be like really excited.
I
and
watched
surprised.
the first teaser. They
Whenever
came out
it
the
came
first like.
Did
10
you know the
seconds.
directors
saw-
actually, like when they were filming Breaking Bad, like came up with Better Call Saul as a joke, and they never thought they'd actually be filming it.
Yeah, that's most.
Well, here's the
projects.
thing. I mean, like you
Oh,
know
there's a
that.
Walking Dead spinoff potentially too.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
Let's just talk about beating a dead horse.
Well,
That's AMC though.
but like AMC wanted to pull a spin-off for Breaking Bad because it's one of the like most popular shows
And then
of all
there's the
time.
Mad Men spinoff and.
But like, so you know that
Not
it's only
kidding.
being done for money. But if the same people are behind it and passionate about this project,
Oh yeah,
and
that's
they're doing it
Gilligan
just for money,
directing it.
then I'm completely okay with it, and I'm
Oh,
really
yeah.
looking forward to seeing what they do.
I think they honestly just liked working with each other, so they wanted to keep doing more. Just
Well, did you hear
because
that?
they enjoyed it.
Did you hear Aaron Paul is supposed to appear in a few episodes? He's supposed to be.
both
not
of
in the
them.
first
They
season.
mentioned that they actually the most recent news about it is they won't be in the first season at all because it would seem forced, and they want to actually have a good storyline and not just they need to have a reason for them to be in there.
Staying away from spoilers for people who haven't watched it as well, but like, would that even make sense
Well, it's
to have them in it?
It's before.
Is it
Yeah,
before?
yeah,
okay.
before.
Okay. So that, I guess that wouldn't make sense. But
What are
I
you
didn't
trying
even
to
think.
say?
I didn't even think he met
Hashtag
Saul
Walter White's
Goodman.
alive.
He did.
I didn't even think he met Saul
Oh,
Goodman.
I mean, do you think it's
before
just
the
going to
show.
follow Saul the whole time?
Oh, probably not. I
Yeah,
guess
it's
I
going
guess-
to follow the people that he represents, probably
Okay.
too.
A little
My guess.
snippet here.
No,
Jesse
wasn't-
alluded that he kind of met Saul beforehand in one of the episodes because he sold meth before.
Oh yeah, and he also said if you're a
Yeah.
criminal, you need to have a criminal lawyer. So we're not going to this good guy. We go to, and then it flashes to
It was-
Bob
okay.
Odenkirk.
One of his bosses, one of his old bosses, used Saul to get out of jail.
Tuco.
Oh, okay.
No, not jail.
cool.
Okay. So yeah, I get.
Yeah,
I mean,
Asian
that'll
guy.
be cool. I'm looking forward to that.
I also wanna
Staying
find-
away from trailers.
I also want to find out what happens to the black guy. The,
Oh,
the,
the Huel.
yeah, Huel. What happens to Huel? Like, they need to finish
he
up on
is
that.
still waiting in the safe house because that's the last time you ever saw him. He was sitting in the safe house waiting to talk to someone, and then
The best part of that show is when Huel lays down on the pile of
on the pile of
Oh,
cash
yeah.
and just
Yeah.
He died.
That's it for TV stuff.
With
Video
his
game
forehead.
guy. What do we got? Sweet.
So news on the new Elder Scrolls Online game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going free. It's going
I
free.
will actually
Is it
play.
going free?
Yeah, remember what we talked about earlier this
God.
week at the
Yeah, the
shop?
nerd game.
Yeah, about like if they did like a service that you can pay for, and you get like
this part.
extra.
Is that actually coming
So,
true?
Yeah,
they're gonna RuneScape it.
Yeah,
So you have your
But- but
Aw,
I got a little bit mad
members.
because it
There's
gives
a part.
you in-game currency called crowns, and I heard in-game currency, and I'm like, this better not be pay to win.
It's-
What, the Elder Scrolls Online? I played the beta.
I played the
had,
beta.
I had the beta. Well, I had like 7 beta keys, and I used them all. The game was buggy and laggy as shit.
It was
so,
a beta, honey.
Yeah, it was a
This is-
beta.
This is a
Honey, we shrunk the
release.
kids.
No.
This is
Honey,
this
we got a
is like-
beta.
Honey, we
They,
got
they,
beta.
they redid it all.
Honey, we
I
got
heard
an
that,
alpha.
I did hear that they got a new engine and
Yeah,
everything.
they
Yeah.
redid everything.
Yeah.
But it's still not looking too promising since it flopped. Like it's considered.
Oh, that's why they're making it free.
Yeah,
I'll give it
that's
another
because
chance.
everyone was like, I don't want to pay $20 a month for a
One
game I already spent $60 on.
You didn't have to pay $60 though.
Yeah, to buy the game.
$60 to buy the game, and it was
Yeah.
like $15 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
See, that was the only reason I wasn't
It's a
going to buy
crime.
Elder Scrolls Online was because I didn't want to have to pay every
Yeah,
month to
just
play a game. Like that's basically
play
dedicating
Dragon
my
Age, man.
time to a game. Like it's
Yeah.
saying I have to play this game this amount of hours every
Mhm.
month.
To get
To
my
get
Yeah,
my
we're
money's
already
worth.
paying
Yeah,
for
exactly.
PlayStation membership.
And I'm already
so,
paying
you
for
know.
PlayStation membership, and I already put $60 down on the game itself. It's like
Mhm.
I want to buy a game and just not have to worry about it. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, if I think you said it earlier this week, was if Destiny could do it, then like, why can't they do it? But it looks
Yeah.
like they are doing it, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But to
I'll
make
be
it
excited to actually
free
check
to
that
free.
out now.
The reason that it's like free to play is because they made the same mistakes that Star Wars, The Old Republic made. Is that they made it too much of a clone of another game, and
Well,
Who wants-
it's
who wants to
Skyrim
pay-
Online.
Yeah, who wants to pay $15 a month
That's what I
when you
want,
can just
though.
go pay? You can
Once
go
you pay
buy
15
WoW.
bucks a month.
and have millions of people.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Right,
I just want
makes sense.
Skyrim
What
Online.
other video game topics do we have this week?
Microsoft coming out with a new Fable game. Shocking.
Hey, I'll give it a
Wait.
chance.
What is this, Fable 5?
Never mind, it won't be.
Yeah,
for
it's like
PlayStation.
Oh,
Legends of Fable.
I have an Xbone and a PlayStation.
Next.
Getting a Wii U.
Anyway, and they're coming out with virtual reality goggles. What you think
Yeah,
of
that
those?
seems to be the kind of the big story this week. Is
Do they
this
look
whole
like
Microsoft
this?
thing? Which you put on the windshield wipers. There you go.
There you go.
Now you can see.
Yeah.
All right, so talk about this. I didn't see
So-
anything about it. I just heard about it.
Basically, you're gonna be able to like sit there and you can like play games in the room right there
Okay,
with your virtual reality.
so are they competing with Oculus and Morpheus?
Kind of, but they're trying to like, I don't know, try to go and beyond
Just
just
trying to
video
have
games themselves.
Microsoft budget making an Oculus, so it should actually be good.
Here's the thing: is Microsoft says they're going to do these things, but it's Microsoft.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
look at all the things that they promised with
Windows 10.
Okay, well,
They're
Windows.
on 10 now?
Yeah,
Yeah, you get a free
Windows
upgrade if you're on
I-
Windows 7 or 8.1.
I haven't touched a PC in a long time.
I think I have Vista still.
I'm a PC.
Oh.
I don't have Vista still.
Oh.
But looking at what they did with Microsoft's involvement with like the Xbox and the Kinect, I mean, they promised all these things with the Kinect, and it did not live up to any of them. I
The
mean,
Kinect works perfectly, it's just the games suck.
It's just
Yeah.
well, do you remember
like look
the
at the
first thing
Wii.
that they
Nobody
were?
likes that kind of game.
The Kinect actually was
least I
like
don't.
a really, really like impressive piece of hardware.
Oh
They
yeah,
actually,
the
they actually
Kinect
use them.
works better than a Wii does.
Yeah, they actually use them on. They use Xboxes and Kinects for military training purposes. They have them all wired up together, so like the in-depth reality for it, it's mind-boggling.
Well, do you remember the
Also
first?
ran on the Unreal Engine.
Do you remember the first thing that they kind of announced with the Kinect, the talking to Milo or whatever?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
that like
yeah.
that little British kid that you could talk to. I mean, you could never really do anything
Siri?
like that. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it
would
was
be-
just
like
But now they have
conversation.
Cortana.
Yeah,
It was
it's
like
like-
artificial intelligence.
yeah. Now they have Cortana, so
I
Yeah.
wonder who they named that after.
Chief.
Looking at you, Star-Lord.
Well,
Wow. I'm sure you're
Um,
breaking a law somewhere.
all right. So yeah, it looks cool.
yeah,
That's about it.
yeah, that's about
That's all
it.
the stuff we have.
Yeah.
I had something, but I don't remember what it is, so back to you in the studio.
It looks like I said, this is a very slow, boring news week. I mean, hopefully next week's gonna have some more Marvel in it. I think the Marvel stories are the most interesting. things to talk
Absolutely
about.
they are.
So hopefully next week there'll be a little bit more stuff.
Have you heard the
Batman
price of
vs.
a Russian
Superman's
dollar
coming
has
out soon,
gone
That's
down?
Marvel.
That's Batman vs Superman's DC.
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna
I was
take
kidding.
from the teeth.
I was kidding.
Rubles.
With all my rubles.
If you
Buy
are
more
listening
vodka.
on the SoundCloud, go follow us on YouTube. If you're
SoundCloud.
watching this on YouTube, go follow on the SoundCloud.
Same name for both.
With our new name, which I will update tonight. Actually.
PcP.
PocketChange Podcast, PcP.
Dude, can we have like the letters come in and then it like flips a car and then it shoots out.
Yeah, I'll use those
And
the
just change flying everywhere.
the
Yeah,
iPhone
yeah,
VFX tools just to throw a flipping
Yes.
car on the table.
Dude,
right
it's
there.
PCP.
Just give me some
PCP.
PCP.
Just
throw
have
some
someone eating
crazy
all of our
shit.
faces for the intro, because it's PCP.
There's someone eating your face right now.
Oh!
You can follow
Some
each of us
friends.
on Twitter. I am B Matt Weiss, as in you should be Matt Weiss. Don't be Matt Weiss. And what's your Twitter?
At B1GG13C.
You can
You
want
need
to
a
see.
way better Twitter name if you're gonna do
Yeah, I know. I need a
You
way
need to,
better
you need
handle.
to have
I
a
am-
new handle that
You don't
can
have to spell it out. We can put it on the screen so they can read it while you're saying it.
I know, that's
So you
too
can
much
just say
work.
The
big-
But, I
Fire
mean,
Tamer
yeah.
is mine.
No, I will. I will.
I'm
put
the
it on
Fire
screen.
Tamer.
At the Fire Tamer.
Yeah,
Dan
that's
was
fine.
yours.
I need to look mine up again, just like last week. It is Dan Ike 94. That's
Or
DANEICH 94.
And that's all the time we have today. I mean, we had a lot more time last week and the week before, but that's all the time we have today.
Actually, we have lots of time, just nothing else to talk
Yeah,
about. So if you have any suggestions, tweet at
Watch
any of
my
us,
stream.
because
I'd be
that's how
like
you
to.
do. And if you're listening to this, you're a hipster.
Yes.
Where's the microphone?